Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Read Reviews Podcast, where we review movies, TV shows, and video games, and we'll talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. This episode this week is a real fun one. Also, we're going, by the way, I always like to acknowledge what's going on. We're going back to raw footage just straight off of my phone, no mic, so I apologize for the audio. I know it's a podcast, so audio is pretty important, you'd want to say. But good news, I'm getting a computer next week, so I don't have to rely on Dilly's computer, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
But yeah, we got a real exciting episode for you. We were doing one of those things again where we review a movie right after watching it. We did go see it last night. It was 8:30, right?
8:30.
8:30. And I had worked a 12-hour day and then went straight to the movie theater. And then we got out at probably 10:45 or whatever it was. And Cody was down, so I respect you for that. But I was too tired. I was like, I don't think I can do it today,
I was happy for you to be like, let's wait till tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I'm just happy that you were able to do it today because I didn't want to do that and I didn't like rescheduling things and pushing them off. But
yeah,
it was late. It was a long day.
I used to do music stuff on Fridays, but I haven't for a little bit now. Yeah. So Fridays are still usually open.
Yeah. So we can jump right into it. We went and saw the Minecraft movie. And this one's kind of fun because I bet we probably talked about this on one of the first couple podcasts because I think the trailer came out and it definitely wasn't the first one, but one of those first few that we did. Yeah, we talked about it. We're like, oh my God, is this thing? We're going to see this, and we're talking about it on the podcast. So
I think I can kind of remember what the initial reactions to that was just like.
The first one, I mean, from what I remember with you at least, first one we were both exactly the same. It was like, holy shit, this looks horrible.
Just like
we're gonna go watch this.
The fact that it exists is weird and
I don't
know.
And that was still a teaser, so you couldn't really figure out what it was. But all you needed to see was that there was live action people in it, and they're like, oh, okay, this is already gonna be some very shit.
Interesting. It was mainly like the difference between seeing real people and then the animation they were doing was like, oh, is this gonna work? And I don't know. In the end, we saw it, and that's actually probably my favorite part is the way it looks.
Yeah. We'll do a little spoiler free, which is what we're doing right now. I mean, it's a Minecraft movie. There's not much to spoil, but still, I'll let you know when we're going into actually talking about the plot and what happens in it. But if I remember correctly, you saw the second trailer, and you're like, oh, okay, I think this looks a little bit better. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember for sure.
Because I remember being like, okay, they're doing like little references, kind of like the Mario movie did.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm kind of down, I guess, because I played the game. And Jack Black, I think Jack Black's good at doing his shtick. That's like, I could get down with it. I think it's fine, but still kind of like, what are we doing? Is like, I got to see it to really understand it. Which they got me. They got me to be like,
I did not understand it more. I can say that.
There's nothing to understand.
No. Yeah. Overall thoughts. I'll just start. And by the way, this is gonna be a thing, so I'm gonna get up periodically. It's not like it's probably gonna make it stop doing it. Actually, you know what? Just turn it off. Let me double check. Might have to do a quick edit. It's so dark. Okay, we're getting eerie ambiance.
I think the today's phones do better with dark light. They've gotten better.
I totally lost track of where I was at, but just my initial thoughts. This movie's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Now I expected it to be bad. Those are kind of my expectations were met exactly where. Well, this is kind of complicated. The ranking in the bar where I was expecting this movie to be at is right where I expected it to be. But why it's bad is not why I thought it was going to be bad. At least a little bit. There was just more things in it that I was like, okay, what the fuck? That's not something I was expecting to be in this movie. It was just bad overall, and
it was not enjoyable.
Yeah, this could be a bad movie.
Also, to talk about the movie-going experience.
Yeah, that's why we go to these things.
This is one of the more unique. Like, people were full-on clapping during parts. There were people like, okay, it's a kids movie, so there's actual straight-up kids.
Let's get that out of the way straight out in the beginning.
It's a kids movie.
We know it's a fucking kids movie.
Yeah.
But you know that we have been playing this game since we were kids. This game has been out for what, 15 years probably?
Yeah.
There is a target audience in us, and this is targeted towards people within our age range and current kids.
There's also what's bad for the Minecraft movie is the main comparer to this is going to be the Mario movie.
Yeah.
That movie we all went and saw, and I had a great time.
I love that movie.
I thought it was really enjoyable.
I'm not even a big Mario guy.
And I could totally rewatch it and have a good time. I think it's a really good movie for what it is, and that's 100% a kids movie. This is also a kids movie, and it's just, it can't be the excuse that like, well, it's not for you. They're like, I can still tell what it should be doing, and it's not doing those things that well either. So.
We'll dive into it more there, but I guess you could just say your thoughts. I mean, we already got that basic idea.
I was pretty bored the whole time. I was just questioning, like, what is happening? Like, there were multiple moments of just scenes that.
We're not talking about story-wise. Like, you would already assume this thing's gonna have a nonsensical story. At least for me, there's different things. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The story is so loosely put in just to get characters from point A to point B.
Which I expected.
Just to see the cool sights. You want to do that. Actually, what's funny, I did see a comparison, and it kind of is, and they even mention it to Lord of the Rings, where like the girl literally calls the dude Frodo at one point.
Yeah.
And then it actually is true. They have like an orb, a ring, that they have to get in order to like get home, or like that's the thing they have to like take care of. There's like an even splitting of the group moment. There's all these like there's so many
resurrection moments.
Yeah, the Garrett's on the spoilers. It's like
well, we'll just go to spoilers. Fuck all the Cody thought the movie was bad. Don't go see it.
We are two 28, almost 28 year olds,
27,
and late 20s dudes who all the people watching are either our friends or know us, so they're probably our age.
Yeah,
hearing us talk about us, just coming into this, it's gonna be different. But like having Jason Momoa's character literally like die on a bridge, even in a straight up bridge moment, and then come back and save them at the perfect time.
Yeah,
it was like there's a lot of parallels to just other stuff. Either way. No, none of the jokes are funny. I don't really know if they're supposed to be for me. That's more the stuff where I can be like, kid stuff. I used to laugh at stuff that was way dumber than I think now. But a lot of it was pretty dumb.
But this is what we were just saying before, and we're going to be comparing this directly to Mario very often, so get used to it.
Yeah,
get used to it.
Up.
Mario was funny. Mario, I enjoyed. Mario had a story that actually kind of makes sense. Mario... Everybody's fucking animated, so it makes sense where they're in the worlds. The real life people being in Minecraft world is so fucked. They should have just made them. They should have just made them animate. They should have made them Minecraft characters and made them voice over.
Yeah,
in some sort of way.
They should have done the Mario route of like how everyone is an animated person.
Her name's Elizabeth Coolidge, right? I was right.
Who?
The one with the villager.
Sure.
I don't know for sure. I think her name is Elizabeth or some Jennifer Coolidge.
That sounds.
I think it's Jennifer Coolidge. She's in this movie. I want to go on this slight tangent about this thing because this is one of the biggest what the fuck and weird things.
She is a complete tangent in the movie, like directly, like no plot. Like what you're gonna say, it's like
she's Stifler's mom.
It's just weird.
She's Stifler's mom, like in America, but I feel like she's playing that character in this movie, but without like the cuss words and not as much of the direct horniness. But there's way more horniness in this fucking Minecraft movie than I was expecting there to be. There's one time where Jason Momoa comes and picks up the main character of the movie from school to pretend to be his uncle, and Jennifer Coolidge comes out and like, what does she say? You can raccoon my city anytime or something. She says something fucking egregiously I was like, and one of the kids is like, what?
Yeah,
she says it out audibly in the
She's talking about like cleaning the cobwebs out
from
down there. It's like, what the? Even I was like, huh? Whoa!
It sounded like a villager.
Out of nowhere, they'll just hit you with some very horny moments of like, what is happening?
And so there's this subplot where it was only one villager, and I was like, oh, okay, what are we doing with this? Oh, is the Minecraft world going to combine with the outer world? I was like, okay, that could be interesting.
I thought that was cool, yeah.
All it was one villager snuck through the portal when all the humans get into the Minecraft world, and somehow gets hit by Jennifer Coolidge in her car, and then they go on a date and they fall in love.
Her Jeep Grand Cherokee?
Yeah, her Jeep Grand Cherokee, says it many times, and... The villagers don't talk if you know anything about Minecraft until the end, which apparently he does. Like right at the end of the movie, he started talking to her with the British
accent. We couldn't have been walking out any faster.
We did. Yeah. This was a movie I almost walked out of, where I was just kind of like, I don't care. I could probably I've watched an hour of it. I could probably talk about this and give you the full rundown. But that whole tangent in the movie is like, okay, what the fuck? That's one of a few.
I don't know how much time is actually dedicated to her, but it's
more. It's too much.
Too much, and it is only to show that I guess a villager goes out in the world and almost hooks up with a real person.
But there's just no. I don't see the point. I don't see the point in it.
Because you're right when it's like, okay, if they introduce a concept of like they go through the portal, dude, yeah, just shove everyone into the portal. Like, let's get all
and show
Minecraft stuff in the
and
world.
show real world having to interact with Minecraft people, which it seems like in this world, like this world connected to our real world, that nobody sees that Minecraft world looks like Minecraft. Because the dogs in the real world, they treat them like a dog. The villagers in the real world, they treat them like a normal human.
Yeah.
But they look different, and nobody acknowledges that. I don't even think that they acknowledge that when they go into the Minecraft world, all the human people.
No.
They're just like, oh, this place is cool and I can build stuff. Not that everything is shaped like a fucking cube.
The Jennifer Coolidge character literally just goes, "You have a really big head," and that is all.
That's the acknowledgement.
It's like, no, he looks like an alien. He looks
boring. It looks
fucking
just
weird.
It looks like a cartoon.
He looks insane. Like, yeah, it's man. How about probably the funniest thing I think for me in the movie, the name of the place they're in, Chugless, Idaho.
Yeah, what was the
What is Chugless?
What was the name of the big pig?
Fucking Chungus?
Yeah, Chungus. Because I was like, no way, there's a Chungus.
Was it Colonel Chungus or? Like...
I don't know what Chungus is from, but I know that's like your guys' kind of thing or like somebody's.
It was a meme at one point.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, where there was literally like.
I was like, wait, I know that.
There's a meme of a Looney Tunes episode with Bugs Bunny getting fat for like a frame. Like it just does a quick morph into him being fat, and then it got. I don't even know the full origins, but at some point it became people were putting Big Chungus on that picture and like. Just oversaturating it like crazy and doing all the crazy distortion and stuff, and then there's so many things that are trying. So there was like 4 songs, I think, or 3 or 4 songs.
And I mean, to its credit, I'm sorry, I'm going to check this periodically. To its credit, they're real short.
They were short.
They're real short. They're not like big giant musical numbers.
It's just they kind of sucked.
And you knew that was going to happen going into it because it's Jack Black. That's what Jack Black's going to do. And Jack Black is Jack Black.
We need to address Jack Black. It says every single line like every you Minecraft. See in the trailer. Like, I am Steve, my treasure, like, and my diamonds. Every single line is him, like, straining to do that, like, weird inflection stuff.
He's full-fledged Jack Black, like as a person and in Tenacious D,
and his quirkiest
the whole time, 100% the whole time.
Literally, never, ever a single moment of like, I don't know. They try to get kind of heartfelt at times, and I think the bigger picture, like the theme of the movie, is supposed to be like, oh, if you kill your creativity, you're not going to be like a good, like a better, your best version of you is when you have full usage of your like creativity and endless amounts of like no boundaries in that realm, because the kid's like a dork and wants to make things and everyone just makes fun of him. So like I don't even know why he made a sick ass jetpack.
So let's combine these two things, because I'm having this thought and what you're bringing up right here of like the message of the movie and like the kind of ideal goals. And when they were getting the team together, you know, kind of is what you can say. When you get the kid, his sister, Jason Momoa, and the black lady, I have no idea what her name is.
Animal.
But you get them together, and you're like, okay, this girl, she's supposed to be like a motherly figure, and like not knowing how to figure it out, and needs to kind of like find her way. The kid, he's a dork, but he's clearly really good at building things. Jason Momoa, he's a failure in life, but he had this one peak of 15 minutes of fame where he was really good at video games. So you would think, and then the black lady, I don't know, she just got sucked in because she was the realtor, so whatever.
She just happened to be
there. So you would think, okay, the girl who's watching her little brother, she's gonna find some way to like find her purpose and find her motivation, become like a mother figure and do this in the Minecraft world. No, apparently she just gets sticks and knows how to beat everybody up and then opens up a gym. You would think that the kid would create all these really creative, cool things and build all this sick shit in the Minecraft world because he's got like an engineering brain. He makes a tater tot gun. That's like the only thing he does. Jason Momoa,
I like forgot that even existed.
Yeah, and that's like the only thing he builds.
And Jack Black in the movie loves the fact that he brings something from the real world, and he's like, "That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen."
Jason Momoa, who's supposed to be really, really good at video games, you would think would have like a video game brain and would be able to come in and like figure out the kind of process and how to get through this and help guide them kind of as a leader. No, he thinks a sheep is a quest giver, and it ends up obviously not being, and then he pretty much just can kind of beat people up, but also gets his ass beat and hides behind people and screams like a girl.
He's a bumbling idiot.
But it's hard to tell if he's like, because he does beat people up and like shows that he's strong sometimes, a couple of times randomly, and then has like his hero moment on the bridge at the end.
There's no continuity.
But then he's like screaming like a girl and like hiding behind people and like can't fight all of a sudden. And it was like, okay, there's just everything is all over the place. There could have been a little bit of something there, but all the characters are nothing. I don't even know what the Black Girl's plot or
I don't. She ends up just ditching her real estate job to finally be with the animals, which is what she left.
Yeah, but I
guess.
I guess she recruits the wolves at the end. But I was like, how does she get there? There's
you
no
could
arc.
take everyone out of the story and like nothing changes.
That's what I'm saying.
How about the moments where like the whole movie revolves around the orb / cube? Funny joke. It's a cube, but they call it an orb.
Yeah, because you don't acknowledge that things are cubes in this movie universe.
Whatever. But there's a point where like the big bad, the pig lady,
is she a thing in Minecraft?
I don't know if I've caught up enough, but not that I know of, not like that, and I'm still also bitter. You're
dragon?
telling me you can't get to the end of a Minecraft movie and I don't get to see an Ender Dragon?
Yeah.
That's the actual final boss thing you do in Minecraft.
Because they gotta save for a sequel.
It's so annoying. I also saw about the end credit scene.
There's an end credit?
Yeah, I guess
we left before that.
Steve ends up finding someone who is, the girl's name is Alex in the game. And that was the last thing, is he meets some girl and she's like, I'm Alex. I don't even know where or how or blah. I didn't pay enough attention, but clearly, they're gonna make money. It's gonna set up for a sequel.
Yeah, that's the more annoying thing, is that, although I will say, I sent you the Charlie, what's his name, that review, whatever his name is. Moist Critical, yeah, I always forget what his name is.
I agree with.
He's got the Penguins, Moist Critical, but
I agreed with all his points.
But which was surprising, he said, I guess this was a screener, so maybe it's different, but he was not exaggerating, the only person in the entire theater.
That was pretty crazy, because our theater had a lot of people.
Our theater was I would say our theater was completely full. It was basically the front row thing wasn't. The very front row.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it was full. It was a lot of kids, which
8:30 on an opening night.
Yeah,
so.
Which even those don't sell out.
That to me, it's we all just kind of know it's this is gonna make money.
It's gonna make money. It's terrible. Yeah, but it's just because those kids they're gonna be feeling it, and then there's gonna be us that are wanting to catch some nostalgia going there and see, and then it's this is just ass. Need more Mario.
All the references were so weird.
They were too blatant.
It was
constant.
The idea of just we're gonna have Jack Black just describe Minecraft the whole movie.
The first 15 minutes are an exposition jump of him explaining everything.
That's it. It's all it is. And then it's it just felt so dumb. It was so dumb. Whereas I can't say that about the Mario movie. I just feel that was cool. Everything was fun.
And it's gonna be annoying, but we have to keep hankering back to the Mario thing, because right now this is me and Cody breaking down character arcs of Jack Black and Jason Momoa in a Minecraft movie, and we get how fucking insane that sounds. But
there's also
the reason you can do it is because other movies have done it well.
Jason Momoa and Jack Black 69 in the air.
Yes, we have to bring up that.
Because
why does his face smell like Gorgonzola?
He was holding him normal, and then they had to.
He was riding him on his back at first, and then holding his hair as ponytails. And then he flipped upside down.
I wasn't sure as to why they had to be that way.
What do you mean? They had to fit through the hole. They didn't fit normally.
Of course.
They had to 69.
Yes, it was 69ing instead of just. Yeah.
Okay. So to describe the scene that's happening here is Jack Black gives Jason Momoa these wings to fly off this cliff. Jack Black turns out didn't have any, so Jack Black had to jump off and land on Jason Momoa and ride him like a fucking Pegasus and hold his hands on there. And you're okay, this is weird. This is not something I wouldn't expect in here. And then they're getting chased and all this shit's happening, and Jack Black falls, and now Jack Black's holding him with his legs crossed while Jack Black's hanging under Jason Momoa while he's flying like Superman. Then Jack Black goes up and hugs Jason Momoa, so they're basically hugging in the air, and Jack Black's got his legs wrapped around him. And then they blow a little hole in this canyon that they're having to go through. And apparently, I don't even know how they blow, but anyways, apparently the hole is too small.
They have a gas, I think, is the whole chase scene. There's the gas of blowing fireballs.
Yeah. So one of the gas blows a fireball hole in this little canyon, and then they're gliding, and they have to get through it. And apparently when they're holding a hug face to face, they're too fat or something to go through it, so they have to switch to 69 in midair. So there's 69 holding each other with each other's faces and each other's dicks and asses. and I have to fly through this fucking hole. And I'm just sitting there, and again, that kid was super loud, which I actually enjoyed the kid. I thought it was hilarious. His commentary was just ridiculous.
Just made it actually more entertaining.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I want to see what this kid that's watching this is thinking. He's just like, what the heck? He just says that over
there. Said skadoosh a lot, which I
did say
kind of respect.
Yeah,
just
because I respect the skadoosh. And so yeah, they have to 69 to go through this hole and fall, and then he's like, why does my face smell like Gorgonzola? Again with the like oddly sexual tones, like weirdly in random spots. Pixar movies do a really good job at like having these adult themes in kids movies because they're very subtle and you have to really think about it to pick it up. But these are two dudes just flying 69ing each other in the air, and it's like, okay. And then the Jennifer Coolidge joke also is very blatant and like that sexual. I'm just like,
those slap me in the face hard during the movie, or those specific ones of her talking to. He calls him Gargar like the whole movie. I feel like Jack Black's character, the dude's name is like Garrett something, but Gargar becomes his name like halfway through and pretty much stakes. There were genuine moments of me watching where I was just like kind of dumbfounded, like just how did we get here? how at this point are we this old watching this? But yet at the same time was curious enough to know
had to
that this is a Minecraft movie. It's like even when I was just describing to you like, oh, it's the gas blowing fireballs, and I'm like, how old am I? Like, it doesn't
I don't think
change
there's anything wrong with that.
It doesn't change the fact that Minecraft I still love as a game. And you know what's funny?
Minecraft is awesome.
That theme, the overall theme of creativity, it's doing exactly what I think Minecraft is all about, which is like it's anyone with a creative mind or any type of like idea. You have some ability to create something in here. It's literally up to you. Like you can do it or you can't, and you'll learn if you want to or you won't. But
I don't think they explore that like at all.
No.
Like
the tater tot gun.
The tater tot gun, briefly showing Steve's world by just literally just showing that it says Steve's world and then there's a roller coaster. I thought at some point we'd actually go in there and check it out. Cool. The Villagers Village was cool, but that has nothing to do with creation. Those are things that are literally just auto-generated in Minecraft. So it's not like I wanted to see them have to make a fort or have to make weapons or have to make things and do things and use tools to do Minecraft to win the movie and like beat the bad guy.
If you had to pick a favorite scene, I think I have one. I can tell you mine at least then. And it has another. It's one of the other Lord of the Rings parallels, heavy, that I'm just thinking about.
Okay.
The mine shaft scene. They're literally getting chased by a Balrog through the mines.
Yeah.
And then they blow that shit up. Yeah. And like, either way, that was actually one of the more like the action and stuff going on. Take away the real people, but I actually think they look the best in that scene.
Yeah.
Where it looks the most believable that they're
I think it's probably because you can't see their like.
It's darkly lit, along with like the dark lit with the fire and torches and stuff was just cooler to look at. The mine cart stuff was cool to finally see. Doing the redstone stuff was kind of cool to see.
But Jack Black did the whole time have to explain to you exactly how everything's working, and how everything works and what's going on. Oh, it's the redstone. You know what this does? It propels. This is the redstone mine, and this is how we get here. This is my sack of diamonds, and then you can make this out of diamonds and do that.
Yeah, it's just so brutal at times. You just sit there and you're like, I get it, man. I get it.
And it sucks because a positive of this movie, and we've gone over it briefly a couple of times, is this movie actually looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But having real people in it does not. Like, when they have the pano shots where they're showing the whole world, and I'm like, God, dude, if Minecraft looked like this would be fucking awesome.
You know what I'm thinking about, too, is other movies that are really highly regarded that I also love that were kids' movies. The Lego movies.
Yeah, the Lego movies.
This could have been, like, when you're talking about showing the world and stuff, I'm picturing also how the Lego movie, the back, like, sure, there's something going on, but when you're looking around, there is so much stuff just like to look at and pack, and you go through such cool design and scenery, and it's like I just wish they would have taken way less time talking in my face about stuff that like I don't need to really hear, and just like show me Steve's world. Go way good. Give me another scene.
It was crazy we didn't do that.
Yeah, just give me a scene of them riding the coaster even. Fuck it. I don't care. Just like more of that stuff is like kind of way cooler.
Yeah, it's get rid of Jennifer Coolidge in the entire movie and just show us walking through Steve's world.
I want to know what she got paid to be in this for that kind of effort, and what you actually need to. That's what 1 day of filming, if you ask me. Dedicate 1 day, just have her come in, gone, paycheck. I don't know how much, but like
They cut back to her having dinner with the villager 3 or 4 times. Like while we're going through all the biggest action peak scenes of the movie, I'm like, what's going on here?
In frame of reference, no idea how long this movie takes place over. Because clearly, it's like if they're doing dinner scenes and she's just casually having dinner the whole time, they're just like wreaking havoc in the overworld.
Also, I'm very confused on what time period this movie takes place in, because it feels like it doesn't seem like they have cell phones. It doesn't seem all their cars are old. Everything looks a bit older, at least from what I can think of with technology.
Yeah.
But the sister is going to the potato factory to manage their socials that only has 75 followers. So that would at least put us in the 2010s.
Oh, and it was for social media stuff?
That's what they said, to get them more than 75 followers.
I really wasn't.
Specifically.
I was not. It's crazy how much went
I don't know why I locked
in one ear and out the other in terms of what was being said at times. And I think it's just because once they started, I just clocked out and was just kind of watching, was like, I guess I'll just kind of figure this out.
Yeah, I don't know why I locked onto that, but I was worrying way too much, and this is, I don't know, I think a proponent of the movie just being bad, and I was way too locked on. What time period does this movie take place in?
I'm still in a little bit of severance.
But that's interesting because it's world of different. It feels like a different universe. This was just because I don't care about what's happening on screen, and now I'm just thinking about. There's nothing exciting happening on this to take my mind off
my
of that.
own fucking experience. I'll just do my own thing.
I'm trying to think of any other big crazy things about it that I can bring up, but I don't know. I think we mostly talked about it. I was so surprised that Matt was so saying, "Oh, I think this movie looks good," and legitimately thought that. And I was telling him when we were at dinner, and Matt, he's like, "Dude, I'm so excited for this movie." Or he said something like that. And I'm like unironically, and he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay."
I respect an optimist.
Yeah,
but I'm also, when it comes to all my media I intake these days, I'm the biggest pessimist, because I have to just go in and be like, hopefully it's good, because I just can't get my hopes up for all that stuff like I used to.
Let's do a slight tangent. Still, this is coming off the Minecraft movie, but is this one of the worst years that we've had in recent memory for the first quarter of movies coming out? There has been nothing great that has come out this year. We've got the Minecraft movie. We had another subpar Marvel movie. I was just watching The Movie Man, which is a guy on Instagram that I watch, and he was doing a full breakdown of actually showing everything that's come out. I'm like, damn, dude, everything has been pretty bad, and it doesn't feel like it because we have been getting banger TV shows lately. The TV has been just out of this world, and I'm so happy for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Movies have been tough.
I think some of it might be all the good actors and good people are in TV, and movies are kind of taking a hit for it.
More money, more longevity. I mean, why not? I would think maybe not more money. I guess probably because of the longevity is probably more money.
Have we seen another movie this year? I don't know if I have.
Captain
America.
Captain America. But I want to talk about this. And sorry if you came here for the Minecraft movie review. That's basically over. Don't go see it. I wouldn't recommend it. The movie's pretty bad. If you really love Minecraft, or if you got kids, go check it out. That's pretty much all I got.
Good luck.
Yeah, and again, good luck. It's
pretty bad.
Go watch the Mario movie again. But I want to talk real quick about the other movie that I saw, because Sydney and I did this. We got this thing called the Adventure Book Challenge, which is something you get for couples to go on sporadic dates. Of course, the first one that we pick is a fucking dinner and a movie.
Nice.
So you have to pick it, and there's no takebacks, and you have to do the one that you pick in the book, and it'll show you different costs potentially for it, and what it involves kind of, and what you need to be prepared. And once you pick it, you do it. And the first one was dinner and a movie. But the dinner and a movie was kind of cool because we went to dinner, and you had to ask the waiter what their favorite dish was, and then get 2 of those, or get their top 2 or something like that. You couldn't just go. Yeah, there's rules to it. It's an adventure.
Yeah.
So it actually ended up being super fun, but one of the things was, for the movie, you have to go up there, and we didn't look at showtimes, we didn't do anything, we just went up to the kiosk when we went to the AMC, and we picked the next movie showing.
Oh, wow. Just whatever's coming next.
So what we saw, and I forget exactly what it's called, but it's called The Monkey, or something like that. Do you remember the Divergent movies?
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember, and just put a face, because I have no idea what this actor's name is, to the male lead in it? No. I wish I could remember his name.
I know of the Divergent movies. I never watched them.
Yeah, I think I watched the first one maybe. But anyways, doesn't matter. Holy shit! This movie was worse than the Minecraft movie. This movie was fucking terrible. But this was good bad. This was fun.
Okay.
This was fun because it was so bad. So it's basically the premise. Basically, the premise is that
It's called The Monkey?
yeah, there's this. So you know, think of a monkey bomb. Kind of, you twist it up.
Yeah.
Except it's not cymbals. He plays the drum.
Okay.
And so it's a haunted, evil monkey drum.
Oh, it's a
thing.
horror movie.
If you could call it horror, Sydney got really excited because she loves horror, and all it says in the genre is just horror. But you go in and it's basically just a fucking slasher. It's not horror. Like it tries to be kind of scary and have some eerie things, but it pretty much is like a really shitty, dumb Final Destination movie. So it just has really crazy kills that are all bad and not really unique. The acting is. You know, actually, I would say the main character guy does pretty good because he does this thing where he has to play a double persona thing because it's a twin brother thing, and one of them's psycho and one of them's like less psycho because the monkey fucked them up when they were kids.
Of course.
But basically, what happens is you wind up the monkey, and once it comes down in drums, it kills somebody. And they try to use it when they're kids to like kill.
Monkey.
Yeah, when they try to use it when they're kids to kill certain people, but they end up realizing when they're kids that it kills at random. So they bury it and throw it. They bury it and throw it down a well. And oh my god, the way that people die in this movie is so dumb. But they throw it down the well, get rid of it. But it turns out that the psycho evil brother, who is a real piece of shit, has been looking for it for all these years. And then he finally found it. And the other brother realized that a bunch of deaths are happening in his hometown.
So it's centralized somewhere.
It's wherever it's at. Yeah, it's kind of like around where the monkey's at. But the good brother used it to try to kill his twin brother because the twin brother was like horrible to him. Nice. So he tried to twist the monkey to kill him. Then the monkey killed their mom. So the evil brother hates the good brother now and tries to get the monkey for decades because it like jumps like 25 years after they're like 14 years old or something. And the evil brother's trying to get it for decades, and he's just been whining and twisting it and just going hard. And the good brother's like seeing all these people die in his hometown and stuff. And then he finds out that like the evil brother's trying to kill the good brother with the monkey because he thinks he killed his mom with it.
Okay.
So that's kind of the premise of the movie. So he's twisted it and doing it so all these people are dying and they just die in these. Everybody explodes. It doesn't matter what happens to them; they always explode. Nice. There's one scene where a pool gets electrified. You know, like Final Destination, a pole gets knocked over. You basically see the monkey cut down, or you see it hit the drum, cuts, and then it shows like a pole get knocked over. And then the wire falls off. It falls into the pool. You see a really dumb electric bolt fly across the pool, and there's this hot girl in a bikini, and she jumps in the pool, and like, you know, Final Destination or something, it'd probably be more in depth than that, it'd probably be more thought out. But then she'd jump in there and she'd get electrocuted and fried and die. She jumps into the pool, just turns into meat chunks. And I'm like, what the
This
fuck?
does sound better than the Minecraft movie.
I don't think so.
I would have gotten a better kick out of it.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of a weird thing because I think it is a worse movie, but I did enjoy myself more because it was so dumb. Like Minecraft was like almost good enough to where like I was like, this is just annoying. But anyways, there's another scene where a dude hijacks the good brother. All that context doesn't matter. He shoots a beehive. The dude that hijacked him. The beehive, the monkey gets twisted. Of course, the beehive starts falling off of this branch. And then the bees get real angry. And they fly through the bullet hole because he shot him through a car on accident. And they just start flying into his mouth like a jet stream. And he just starts bubbling up like this and just explodes. They all explode.
I don't want to see this.
If you want, it's really short. It's an hour and a half.
I'm like,
it's really
the
short.
more you're explaining, the more I'm like, we really should have just seen the monkey.
It was worth going and seeing. I had a fun time with it just because it was so dumb and bad. But it's the dude. It's just so ridiculous. It gives me shitty Final Destination vibes, and then kind of like very, very small scale Cabin at the End of the Wood vibes at the end, because they basically break the monkey and like hold its arm so it can't go down for like minutes. And then when it goes down, it basically kills everybody in the town. So it has a mini montage of like this plane coming down and this bus crashing. And then there's another bus with all these cheerleaders that are randomly cheering throughout the movie sporadically. Then the final scene, the bus is coming out. They all have their heads out there. They're all cheering. And then another bus comes through and just chops all their heads off.
Let's go.
And I was just, and that's how the movie ends. And they just drive away. And I was like, this. holy shit! I was mind blown after getting out of this movie.
This
Yeah, I
sounds
think it's
like-
called Monkey.
It sounds like it's something that I totally would have watched, or my dad would have been watching on sci-fi as a kid. Like they have
It's got sci-fi graphics.
all those weird, just super shitty, low-budget horror movies
Yeah.
that are so bad they just become so funny.
Yeah.
It's so entertaining to just be like, there's no way. Like it's not Sharknado. It's trying to take itself seriously. At least this movie, but that's kind of
Sharknado,
it's
man.
kind of the whole point of it. Like
I don't know, because it's kind of. Yeah, it's trying to take itself seriously. It definitely is. But it was Sydney. It was. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot one of the part of the theater going experience, and this is why I love going to the theater still. It's because you get the little. Unless you go in there for like a movie you really want to fucking see, like an Interstellar or something, and it's really annoying when people are distracting you. When you go see bad movies like this and you have people distracting you, it's pretty fucking funny. So Sydney and I were at Twigs. I think I got like a beer or something before the movie.
dangerous.
And yeah, but this movie needed it. It's the same thing with the Minecraft. I was like, I'm drinking beer.
I'm so
before this.
glad I had a beer before, at least something.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That made me think of you and your dad pen stuff, but we won't dive into that. How are you just saying you're just like, man, every time I feel like I gotta leave for the first 30 minutes. That's hilarious.
That's how I was in Captain America.
Yeah.
There was just moments where I was like, I'm kind of claustrophobic right now.
Anxious.
Feel weird.
But this couple comes in and they're wearing like sweats and they're not there to go to Twix. They come in, they order 2 shots, take shots. I was like, okay, they're having a time. Sydney and I get into the movie late, like actually late, like the movie had probably been on for 30 seconds to a minute.
Nice.
That couple rolls in like a couple minutes later.
Nice.
You know what they do? They go all the way to the top row,
Yes, sir.
first thing, and they're up there giggling, being loud, making noises, and I 100% think they just went up there busting nut and left because they left about 10 minutes later. Or they just
Props.
actually thought the movie was that bad or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
our move.
And I just leaned over to Sydney and I was like, he definitely just busted it up.
Mark the territory.
Yeah. And yeah, the people that were watching, there was only 2 other couples in there. And yeah, I think they had a pretty similar experience because we were all in there just going like, what the fuck? What is it? Like, it's just,
I think
so it was fun.
I feel like I haven't seen a good shitty movie in a while.
I mean, they're not common. Good shit
Yeah.
movies are tough. That's a real
Horror-
sweet spot.
Horror is the one genre
Yeah.
that hits those
Yeah,
levels of like,
yeah.
holy fuck, someone actually paid money to put into this thing, and they got this on a
I'm
screen.
curious what the budget was.
I'm curious if it made what it made off of that budget, if it's even profitable.
I bet it did more than Snow White.
Oh,
Probably not actually.
I
But
don't know.
Snow White's so.
I haven't even heard of this, The Monkey. I can't even think of seeing any posters, nothing, no trailers, nothing.
No, I don't even think any of the review channels that I watched did one on it, and they do like most movies that come out, like Jeremy Johns and Chris Struckman. By the way, quick jump back to Minecraft. Neither of them have a review out of it, and that might be another screener thing. Like, did nobody go see this in a screening? Because neither of them have one, and it's out, and they usually have it out 2 days before or so before the movie comes out because they get screeners. So I wonder what's kind of going on with that aspect. Like, people don't want to go screen and like actually see this. I know it'd probably be a pretty hard movie to review. Like, we tried to talk about character arcs in a Minecraft movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's not an easy one to review.
The
It's just
longer
bad.
you talk, the more you're like, this is pointless.
you're diving too deep into Minecraft.
Yeah,
but that's part of the fun.
You lost the kind of the concept even. Like, that's how you know you went too far.
That's what we're doing this for. You got anything else about the Minecraft movie? Anything?
I'm just still kind of like thinking about how crazy it was. I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking more unique theater going experiences because you mentioned your other movie, and
Yeah.
it made me think about the first time I saw It Part 1,
Okay.
or the first It, which
Good
was
movie.
banger when it came out.
Second movie bad.
And we saw, it was me, my brother, and my brother's friend, and we were actually doing this like Oregon coast trip all up the Oregon coast, hitting a bunch of different places. I want to say we were in Astoria,
Okay.
and like kind of small town, like it feels like the town in It, legit,
Okay.
and super small theater, but like I think probably one of the first nights it was out, and we go in like a packed theater. And it was so old school feeling though, like
Yeah.
so weird. And then we're watching a pretty scary movie at the time, and had the full like people in the back when like stuff like it's creeping on you kind of thing, and like tensions building. People are like, "Don't go in there, don't go in there." Like, and people start like getting hyped and like really reacting and like getting into it. And it's been a minute since I had something like that. Because even when walking out of the theater, you looked around and it was like, this is
together.
really freaky.
We went for a ride.
It feels like walking out of the theater and something bad will happen. It
Yeah.
just had all the vibes. But the Minecraft movie, I don't even know of any others really. Probably Avengers. I also forget a lot.
Avengers is good, but we'll wrap up with that. White Lotus. We're gonna try to do that for next week.
Yeah,
A few episodes of that. I have no idea what that's about. I knew that Severance was about having a work personality and an outside personality, innies and outies. I don't know. I have no idea what White Lotus is. I've just heard that it's
I
good.
really have no clue other than it's a different like cast / story every season, and then it's like,
It's anthology seasons.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if there are elongated stories. I don't think so because it's like always new people and it's always just a group of people at a hotel in some super nice hotel in an exotic place. So it's like that is all I know, and I think it's like what happens when they're there.
That makes sense for a different cast.
Couldn't
every
tell
season
you.
then. It's
Yeah.
just because the hotel is like the main character.
Yeah, I
That'd
think
be cool.
so. I don't really know much else other than that. So
Yeah.
either way, I've heard a lot. And yes, I was gone for the last weekend doing stuff, and now I'm back and I can watch stuff.
Yeah, let's plan for a few episodes of White Lotus, and I'll see what else I might watch. I've been watching a little bit of Vinland Saga too. I also watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem one. I talked about that last week.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't need to dive into that much. That movie's cool. It's good. It's nothing crazy, but it was a fun time.
Yeah.
White Lotus next week, people. You watch it. Get caught up. Follow along with us. Although we're the ones that are really getting caught up because barely it's season 3. I think that's out
Yeah.
right now.
And I don't know. Who knows how fast I get through that?
Yeah. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let us know if you're going to go see the Minecraft movie, whether ironically or unironically, or if you're a Minecraft fan. I mean, it's literally Did we figure out, is it the biggest game in the world, and then it's GTA most sold?
I think Minecraft is the most sold game.
GTA and Minecraft are the most by like 5 times.
If
the
you were
second
to,
place
and that's
or
where it's
third
like,
place
if
point.
it was off of profit, Minecraft I think has only ever cost $20.
Yeah.
I think, and GTA probably still you could buy for like at least 30 even on a sale. So,
And I think they have on GTA Online.
yeah, and retail for that was like 60, but it's like I think even that said, they might have made less money, but they have sold more units.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join us next week for White Lotus and whatever other mystery things I might be watching. Other than that, have a good rest of your day.